The sophomore season off to a sensational start, and the records continue to fall. Caitlin Clark lights up the scoreboard and lights up the sky in one of the most dominant wins in the history of this Fever franchise.
Remember that date, because even though the Indiana Fever walked off the court with a loss, Caitlin Clark walked off the court with history. In a nail-biting 91-90 loss to the Atlanta Dream, Clark didn't just ball out. She put her name in the record books again. With 27 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds, and a flurry of jaw-dropping plays, she shattered records, tied legends, and reminded everyone that she's not just the future of the WNBA, she's the right now.
31 here to Atlanta. Dug themselves into an early hole here. Clark looking to get going. Oh, that's a deep three!
Let's get this straight. Caitlin Clark is doing in 42 games what some legends haven't done in their entire careers. With her 27 points and 11 assists against the Dream, she tied Courtney Vandersloot's record for most 20-plus point, 10-plus assist games in WNBA history. The difference? Vandersloot did it in 430 games, Clark, 42. That's not a stat. That's a statement. This isn't just a record, it's a mirror of how fast Clark is accelerating through the ranks of greatness. Vandersloot is one of the best to ever do it when it comes to facilitating and scoring. To be even mentioned in that same breath this early, that's wild. That's unheard of. And yet, Clark made it look normal. That's the crazy part. She's breaking these records casually. No celebration, no antics, just another day at the office. And for fans of the game, that should shake you. We are watching a player who isn't just beating records, she's obliterating the timeline. She's changing the standard of what's possible at her position. This isn't hype, this is history unfolding in real time. You want consistency? Clark's got it in buckets. After dropping a 20-point triple-double against the Sky, she follows it up with 27 points and 11 assists against the Dream. That makes her the first player in WNBA history to open a season with back-to-back games of 20-plus points and 10-plus assists. Let that marinate. This isn't just a good start.
Did you know Fever guard Caitlin Clark set the record for the most assists in a single season in WNBA history?
This is legendary. We've seen rookies shine, sophomores break out, but to start a season like this, it tells you that Clark didn't spend the offseason just chilling, she locked in. She refined her reads, sharpened her shot, and came back a smarter, sharper, deadlier player. Most players need time to warm up, not Caitlin. She came out the gate scorching, setting a tone for what the rest of the season might look like. And what's scary is this might not even be her ceiling. She's still learning the league, still adjusting to defenses, but already she's doing things no one has ever done. That's not just talent, that's relentless evolution. When we talk about complete performances in basketball, we often throw around phrases like stat sheet stuffer or do-it-all player. But Caitlin Clark is taking that idea and turning it into a weekly standard. Against the Atlanta Dream, she didn't just score 27 points and hand out 11 assists. She grabbed 5 rebounds and drilled 5 three-pointers.
Without Jordan Canada on the floor, this is not how Atlanta is going to look as the season goes on, playing with 2 bigs. I think they'll make some adjustments, but they are doing a good job playing with 2 bigs so far.
And there's Clark turning the corner, getting to the rim and drawing the foul.
And what that created was a line so rare, it's only been hit twice in WNBA history, and both times by Clark. Let's say that again. 25-plus points, 10-plus assists, 5-plus rebounds, and 5-plus threes. It's never been done multiple times by anyone else. Only Clark. That tells you everything about the kind of impact she has on a basketball game. She's not a scorer who occasionally passes. She's not a shooter who happens to rebound. She's a force that controls every single inch of the court. She scores from deep, attacks the lane, finds her teammates with surgical vision, and doesn't mind getting into the paint to battle for boards. There's no weakness in her stat profile. None. And this wasn't some inflated performance in a blowout win. It was in a clutch, down-to-the-wire game. Every one of those points, passes, and plays mattered. This wasn't padding stats. This was trying to win. The fact she's doing this in her second WNBA season only adds weight. It usually takes years to figure out how to be efficient and dominant in this league. Clark figured it out in 40-something games. That's not just special, it's historic. And let's not forget the threes. Hitting 5 or more in a game isn't just range, it's rhythm, confidence, and guts. She's not shy. She pulls from the logo under pressure and makes shots that would be considered heat checks for most players, yet they're part of her routine.
I think just keep getting better every single night, continue to set my teammates up. You know, I know we put up 93 points and won by 30, but I felt like we still could have been a lot better. So we go back to work. You know, we have hard games coming up. That's the thing about this league. You have a couple days, it's on to the next, on to the next. So how do we keep getting better?
It's not showboating, it's pure skill. She's turning advanced stat lines into routine nights. She's elevating the conversation around guard play. And she's proving that you can be a highlight machine and still fundamentally sound. This 25th of October, 2005 stat line, it's not the last time we'll see it from her. And the fact she owns both times it's happened, that's not coincidence. That's Caitlin Clark being Caitlin Clark. In the WNBA, it's one thing to dominate a game. It's another to dominate the conversation. And Caitlin Clark is doing both. Just days before this game, LeBron James, yes, the global icon, the four-time NBA champ, the living legend, tweeted out praise after Clark's triple-double opener. He didn't have to. He's not out here reacting to every good stat line, but Clark's performance pulled attention from the king himself. He posted, "Triple-dub CC. Great way to kick off the season." That wasn't just acknowledgement, that was a signal. LeBron knows greatness, and he sees it in Caitlin Clark. And the way she responded, respectful, calm, appreciative, the greatest of all time. Thank you, GOAT. That exchange wasn't just Twitter fluff, it was basketball royalty recognizing rising royalty. Clark is now on that radar. She's the cross-league conversation starter. NBA guys watch her, college players idolize her, the media can't stop covering her. And what makes it even more legit? She's earning every inch of it. No forced storylines, no PR machines, just her game, her performance.
For Caitlin Clark, it's going to be a sophomore jump. She's already made history. She set the single season assist record as a rookie. She averaged 19. She was all WNBA. Now she just has to win.
And her ability to change narratives. Let's go deeper. LeBron's recognition brings even more eyes to the WNBA. And when those eyes arrive, they stay. They follow Caitlin Clark's every move. She's not just moving the needle, she's breaking the meter. That kind of visibility is rare, and she's handling it with poise far beyond her years. You can't manufacture that kind of attention, you can't script it. But when you combine generational talent with humility, work ethic, and big-time delivery under pressure, you get what we're seeing now. Legends recognizing legends in the making. Clark isn't just playing for today, she's being etched into conversations that reach beyond basketball. And the world is watching, one tweet, one highlight, one game at a time. Here's the part casual fans miss. Not every loss is equal. Some losses sting. Some are just missed chances. But some, like the Fever's 91-90 loss to the Atlanta Dream, feel like a win in disguise. Why? Because even though Indiana fell short by a single point, Caitlin Clark's performance left the arena buzzing. She played like a winner, even in defeat. Let's start with the intensity. This game had real stakes. Not playoffs, not championships, but credibility. The Fever wanted to prove they could hang in tight, physical matchups. The Dream came in tough, with Brianna Jones dominating inside and Brittany Griner adding muscle. And yet, through all that, Clark stood toe-to-toe, running the show. Every pass she made meant something. Every shot she hit gave the Fever life.
I mean, it's really hard when you dig yourself a hole like that in this league. Like, it's tough. I thought we had a bad start to the game. I thought we had a bad start to the second half. You know, we can't put ourselves in those types of positions. I mean, I thought Atlanta played well.
She was the heartbeat of a team that refused to go away, even when the Dream threw punches in the paint. Her 27 points weren't just volume, they were momentum-shifting plays, shots that changed the flow of the game. But it's what she did late in the fourth that really showed her greatness. Down by multiple possessions, she started cooking. No panic, no rushed decisions, just calm, precise execution. Pull-up threes, skip passes to shooters, high IQ pick-and-roll reads. She willed this team back into the fight. That's the mark of a true leader. Clark doesn't hang her head. She doesn't play the blame game. She competes until the buzzer, and beyond that, she builds belief.
A deep one. You bet! Caitlin Clark!
That locker room is watching her, and whether the stat sheet says win or loss, they're learning how to fight. And fans, they felt it. Social media exploded after the game, not just because of the final score, but because Clark once again gave everything. That's what creates loyalty. That's what builds fan bases. She's creating moments every time she steps on the court. Yes, it was a loss, but it was also a warning shot to the rest of the league. You might win the game, but you can't contain Caitlin Clark. You might edge out the Fever now, but this team is building something real, something dangerous. And Clark? She's already playing like the best player on the floor, win or lose.